channel. Today I am filming another chit chat, get ready with me / life update, because there have been a lot of changes that have been going on. I know I've been MIA for majority of this year, since 2018 started, so I just wanted to come and talk to you guys and catch you guys up, because you know we're here. But this video is featuring this hair that I have in. This is hair from Beauty Forever. It's the Malaysian Jerry curly texture, and I have in 16, 18, 20 inch bundles and also a 16 inch closure. And I did like a light color with this hair. I didn't go crazy, I just did like majority of highlights toward the front. But while I'm doing my makeup, I'm gonna go ahead and shape and mold this unit, because anytime you do like a new wig, it needs to be judged a little bit. So that's just what I'm gonna go ahead and do. What I really like to do is kind of mold down where my part is. As you can see right now, it's kind of like just sticking up, or not sticking up, it looks like there's a hump when it should be flat like this. And that's just because I washed it and like flipped it up so that it's bigger. But I'm just gonna go ahead and mold it. So I'm gonna make sure my part is straight first and foremost. Okay, so that is straight enough for me, you guys. So I'm just gonna take my handy dandy spray bottle and I'm gonna spray right there where my part is. And that's gonna get all of those stray hairs to lie down and to get rid of that hump that we're seeing. And it's okay if there's a little drip there, okay? Like Cardi B say, drip drip. A little drip ain't never hurt anybody. And then to mold that, I'm actually going to take my scarf. You can take any old scarf that you can tie down. And I'm just going to make sure it is extremely flat. Go ahead and tie that, and that's just going to ensure that where we laid the part down with the water is going to stay that way once it dries, okay? So yeah, I'm just gonna let that set. And I really love this hair, you guys. It's very pretty. Right now it's looking a little bit fluffy because I've been combing it a lot, but we will fix that later. But some people actually like this fluffy look. And if you do, by all means, rock it, girl. I think it's really cute, especially since Coachella is going on, and y'all know B had the blonde curly wig and she was up there rocking it. I'm here for it. So if you want to rock it just like this, that's perfectly fine. It comes about right here, and I just think this is super duper cute. Okay, y'all, so as for my makeup, I'm not gonna talk too much because y'all know I'm a pretty simple girl. My makeup routine hardly ever changes, but I do have to head out in a little while, so I thought I would just come on here and talk with you guys about what's been going on. So first and foremost, I left my job, and my last day, when was my last day? I don't even remember, but whatever vlog I posted where I had on like the green top and I said I was headed to work but I wasn't working a whole day, that was my last day of work. And the reason being that I left my job, so main reason being I left my job is because I feel like me and corporate just doesn't mix. Like, I thought I was having a lot of trouble on my last job before I got this one, until you know, I got to this job and realized, oh my gosh, it can get a lot worse. Because I just thought my first corporate job, fresh out of college, I thought it was so horrible. There was no room for just like me to be me. It was just like, I felt like a robot. There's, you know, of course, processes and procedures and all this stuff you have to follow, and that's fine. Like, I don't mind doing that. But when it comes to a point where I feel like I'm being disrespected by upper management and just looked over and unappreciated, and they're not really considering what's really going on. A lot of times, if you've ever worked corporate jobs, then you are pretty much aware that the people who are your higher ups, a lot of times, and I'm not gonna say all the time because some people do actually work their way up, but a lot of the times the people in upper leadership just have not worked at your level, and so they're making all of these changes and, you know, coming down so hard on you, and it's like you don't even really know what the heck is going on here. Like, until you sit down and do the actual job, how can you be in a place where you can make decisions as it relates to making changes and implementing new procedures and all of that when you don't even have the basics down? Like, that just makes no sense to me. And don't get me wrong, you guys, I can definitely deal with change. I can deal with authority, even though I don't like to. I definitely can. But y'all, it just was not for me. Like, I felt like I was a machine in a factory, and I was a puppet, like somebody was pulling my strings. I don't mind changes, but when it gets to a point where I can't even adjust to one change you made because the next day is something different, and then I'm like, okay, and then the next day is something different, and then the next day is something different, and then the next week you're changing it again. It was just too much. So yes, you guys, it was just way too much going on for me. And then it got to a point where it wasn't really the changes that were bothering me that much. It was irritating, but I feel like you can go on any job and they can constantly be changing because it's a business. Like, you have to adjust to business needs. So I completely understand that. But the part that really got to me is how messy the job itself was. Like, I'm talking, it got to a point where I felt like I was in freaking middle school. Like, it was just so much gossip. Everybody knew everybody's business. Everybody knew who was you know, under investigation for sexual harassment, and we was getting stories like all the way down from corporate where they were talking about, like, and even it was somebody tweeted it on freaking Twitter and was like, oh, such and such a CEO got his secretary pregnant, and his wife came in there and showed out, and they had to escort her out, and the old CEO came in there and they had to escort him out. And I'm just like, this is too much for me. Like, what the heck did I sign up for? Y'all, when I say everybody was quitting that job. Like, it got to a point where I would go to work like, what tea am I gonna be served today? Like, who put in a 2-week notice? Who's getting fired? Like, what's going on? Y'all, it was just too much for me. It was an unstable environment, and I don't work well in structured settings anyway, like where there's a hierarchy. I just don't work well in those type of situations. I feel like I can't be myself. I feel like I can't think. I feel like I can't use my brain. Like, I was telling one of my coworkers, it got to a point where I was feeling like I just wasn't as smart as I used to be. And when it gets there, and when I wake up in the morning and I'm like, do I really have to go to work? Like, when I get to that point, I know it's time for me to go. And to be honest, you guys, like, I couldn't deal with it anymore. I was getting stressed out, and I'm not one to stress easily. I think I'm gonna do an eye look today. I never do an eye look, but I'm feeling kind of inspired. So let's see what we can come up with. For some reason, I'm feeling like purple. But anyway, I know when it's time to go, especially when I just felt like I was devoting so much time to that job. Y'all know I really, really, really hated this. Who's this? I'm not sure who that is, so if it's important, they'll leave a voicemail. Shoot, what was I saying? I lose my train of thought so quick. But like, when I feel like a job just isn't worth it, like, my schedule was really messing with me, because I can deal with an early morning schedule like 7 to 3 or 8 to 4, something like that. Even 9 to 5 would be fine, but my schedule would literally be in the middle of the day, and I work 10:30 to 7. So anytime I would try to like get my errands done or get stuff that I needed done, like completed in the morning times, I would be late for work. And y'all heard me say they had implemented a point system. So I'm not even gonna lie, you guys, like you could only get like 20 points in a 6-month rolling period. So they broke it down, and I'm not gonna go into detail because that would be extremely boring, but in a nutshell, at 20 points, you're being evaluated for termination. Y'all, when I left my job, I had 23 points. So I just feel like it was like, what are you gonna do? Like, get out of here. And then, of course, if I can't get anything done in the morning times because I would always be late, then I definitely can't get anything done in the evenings because it would be 7 o'clock. And especially like during the fall and winter, it's dark. I don't want to do anything by the time I get off. I'm mentally drained. Everything is about clothes. Like if I needed to run errands where they close at like 5 or something, you know, just little stuff like that. It was just too much for me. So I was like, you know what, screw this, it's not worth it. The only thing I really enjoyed about my job were my coworkers. Like my coworkers are everything. Even now, like we keep in touch. That was literally the only thing that was keeping me there was my coworkers. It wasn't the pay, it wasn't benefits, it wasn't anything like that. Like I just didn't care about anything. I didn't care about too much of nothing. So I feel relieved, to be honest. Like it feels like a weight off of my shoulders. It was a lot. Yeah, that's pretty much why I left my job. As far as what I'm doing right now, so right now I am currently doing units full-time. So I know in a lot of my recent vlogs, I'm like, I got this unit to do, I got this unit to do. That's what I'm doing right now. That's my main source of income right now. So it's working out pretty well so far. I definitely want to grow and expand. And I feel like in due time it will. I feel like it's all gonna work out. Like when I left, a lot of my coworkers were asking me like, what are you gonna do? Like, are you nervous? And I was like, no, I'm not nervous because I've never gone without. I just feel like everything is always taken care of in due time, and I'm confident in that. So I try not to worry about, you know, things like that. And that's how the negative thoughts come into play, and I don't want to think negatively about anything that I'm doing. But yeah, anyway, moving right along, let's go ahead and address everything that y'all have been asking me. Am I in a relationship? So I recently told you guys about a guy that I've been dating. I told y'all I really, really like him, and we spent a lot of time with each other. And I'm already getting comments like, oh, do the boyfriend tag, do this, do that. Well, you guys, I can't do the boyfriend tag right now because I don't have a boyfriend. I'm not in a relationship at this time. We are still pretty much in our honeymoon phase. When did we meet? I met him mid-March, and it's what, mid-April, so it's literally been about 1 month. So no, I am definitely not in a relationship right now. What I can say is that we are definitely having fun. We go out a lot, we talk all day, and we're just getting to know each other and having fun with it. Like, there's no pressure for either one of us. We are literally just taking our time. If it comes to the point where we want to pursue a relationship, then hey, it's all great. But as for right now, I know y'all hear me calling him babe and baby and all of that good stuff, but we're not in a relationship. So everybody was like, oh, Perri and Ashley Dabana got a new bae and they just casually dropped them on us. I mean, I would call him a bae. I call him that anyway. And that's just because, like, he looks out for me. He makes sure I'm good, and I definitely appreciate that. Y'all, I'm still, like, learning how to do eyeshadow, so don't judge me, okay? I am not good at doing eyeshadow. I would say out of all the guys that I've dated, like, he's definitely top notch. And I think it's so funny because the way we met, like, I don't know who started following. We met on Instagram, okay? But turns out we're from the same hometown. He's also from Macon. So I don't know how we started following each other, but I remember, well, we was just talking about this. He liked a couple of my pictures and he was like, oh yeah, you immediately went and liked a few of mine back. And I was like, oh, did I? Because I honestly don't know. Like, I didn't remember. He was like, yeah, you liked them right back. And that like kind of prompted me to go look at your page. And I was like, dang, she kind of cute. And y'all, he literally slid in my DMs and was like, what's up? I want to feed you. And I was like, I ain't never had no jump right off the back like, oh, I want to feed you. So I was like, what? You want to feed me? I was like, do I look hungry? Like, what's going on here? But yeah, we ended up kicking it one day, a weekday, and y'all, we have been tight ever since. Like, he just literally like just kind of fell out of the sky into my lap. He has already met my sister and she likes him. She's like, oh, he fits in perfectly. And he is completely the opposite of what I would normally date. Like, and I thought that was so funny because I was just saying that, like, oh my gosh, all the guys that I've been, you know, dating and talking to who look good, like, on paper, they just really don't be about nothing, like, at the end of the day when it's all said and done. And I'm like, maybe I just need to date outside of the box and do something I've never done. And that's exactly what I did when I went out with him. I was like, this is not me at all, but I'm gonna give it a shot. Lo and behold, we can't get away from each other at this point. Like, maybe we'll get tired of each other, maybe not. We will see. We will see. But like I said, I'm just having fun right now and enjoying my time. Y'all, this is the only product I'm going to talk about. This is one of my favorite highlighters. This is Amethyst, I believe, Prismatic Amethyst by Becca. It's like this very, very pretty purpley shade, and I love it so freaking much. And it looks so pretty if you put just a little bit of trophy wipe on top of it. Oh my goodness, it is so freaking pretty. Y'all know how y'all be looking. Y'all ever put y'all mascara on in the car and then look over and somebody be watching you, like, cause you be like, I think that junk be so funny. And I be like, what you looking at? I'm gonna finish this off with this purpley shade. I think it's so pretty. There we go. Can you guys see? Very slight. I need to add a lash. I feel like it would make the look better, but I don't really feel like it. I'm lazy. So I wanted to show you guys the ends of the hair. They're very full and pretty. And I'm just going to remove my scarf. Bam! Y'all see that, how it's like flat now? Oh my gosh, I think this is so freaking pretty. It's a little bit poofy in the front, so I'm just going to spray it a little bit because that's where I've been manipulating it a lot and combing it. I'm just going to allow that to air dry. But yeah, this is pretty much the finished look, and I absolutely am digging these hints of a color. It's definitely a hint of a color. I didn't do too much, like I said. I just wanted to tease and play a little bit with like some highlights toward the front. So this is how it came out. I was trying to think if I wanted to cut it just a little bit, but I actually really like it like this, so I'm gonna leave it. And yeah, I will leave all of the information for this hair down in the description bar below. So if you want to check out Beauty Forever, make sure you go to their website. And order you some bundles, girl, because summer is coming up and it looks so cute. Also, if you are interested in getting a unit made by me, make sure you go to my Instagram. All of the contact information will be there, or you can check the description bar also for my email, and you can email me as well. So I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.